you going on safari. I'm sure you're really excited, and you should be, because safaris are absolutely incredible experiences. But you don't want to go there unprepared. So watch this video to find out more about what to take with you on your safari. So in this video, I'm going to be going through all the essential items that you need to take with on your safari. I've been a guide for many years, and I've gone through a lot of interesting attire that has come through on safari, and I'm going to go through them with you and tell you what is the best ones to take. So to start off with, a lot of the times I see a lot of people wearing very bright colors on safari and all sorts of different kinds of clothing. Now, when you're out on the back of the vehicle, on a safari vehicle, it doesn't really matter what you're wearing, but a lot of the times you'll be walking in the bush, you'll be going on guided walks, and in those cases you want to be wearing nice neutral clothing. So starting off with the tops, I like to have something that's quite lightweight and breathable, also with some sleeves that can roll up. You don't want to have too much exposed flesh, because there's mosquitoes and tsetse flies and all sorts of things that might bite you depending on where you are. It's also nice to have a fabric that's got an SPF factor. This shirt in particular has got a SPF factor of 40. It just helps with the African sun and making sure that it doesn't burn you. It's also nice and light and breathable, so it stays nice and cool on those really hot African days. And yeah, you want something with a bit of wicking technology in it too, just because you get quite sweaty, you want to be able to dry off quite easily. So yeah, that's it for what you need in terms of shirts and tops. Yeah, I think we got that one, huh? Yeah, we got it. Awesome. Cool. Oh no. Alright, so firstly, proof. SPF clothing keeps the sun away, huh? You can see that. Does a great job. Alright, so moving on to pants. Right, so I really like wearing these cargo shorts because they've got lots of pockets in that to put your stuff in. It is a great option, but in areas where you're going to be walking, or if there's a lot of insects around, you might want to be wearing slightly longer pants. There's some really great adjustable pants that also are made of that same lightweight material as my shirt, that you can zip off at the knee and turn them into shorts during the heat of the day when it's really hot, and then early morning and late afternoon, once things have cooled down, and also when the mosquitoes are the most active, then you put the longer ones on, and it looks after any of your exposed flesh. Alright, so next up is shoes. You want to have some good comfortable walking shoes, maybe some hiking boots, something that's got a bit of ankle protection, that's quite comfortable to walk in, and once again, if you're on the back of the safari vehicle, probably not that essential, but if you do get off to walk around, you definitely want something that's going to protect you from thorns and loose stones and rocks, and just something that's comfortable to walk in, that you can go and explore the bush without getting a thorn in the bottom of your foot, which is not ideal. Ladies, so another kind of essential thing in the bush, you got the African sun bearing down on you all the time. Quite nice to have a nice wide brim hat, also with a little string at the bottom, just to help it stay on your head. A lot of the vehicles that you're driving in, especially in the southern African countries, don't have a roof, so you're going to be exposed to a lot of sun. And the nice thing about the wide brim hat, as opposed to like a normal baseball cap, is that it provides shade for your neck and your whole face and the top of your head and your ears, and saves you the pain of being sunburnt. So yeah, a good wide brim hat is always a good idea. Now one thing that a lot of people forget when they go on safari is that it also gets cold on safari. So it's especially if you're traveling in the winter months, which in the southern parts of Africa, which is where most of the safaris take place. It's that June, July period. It can be really cold in the mornings and quite cold in the evenings. And my advice is always have layers. So I recommend something nice and warm, a nice big jacket, and then something a little bit more waterproof. So something light and waterproof is probably all you're going to really need. So I've got a few different options there. And then also sometimes something like a hoodie that can also work really well, especially on those cold nights. Maybe even a warm hat. But yeah, it's summer in South Africa now, and that was really warm. So I'm glad this part of the video is over. So, another thing, you're in the sun all day, you need to stay hydrated. I recommend getting a nice insulated water bottle, just to keep your water cool throughout the day. Yeah, most places that you go to are going to definitely offer you water, and it's normally bottled water, so it's in a plastic bottle. You want to do your bit for the environment, so one of these nice insulated bottles, they do the trick. They keep your water nice and cool the whole day. And yeah, it's definitely the way to go. Also quite nice if you've got a little clip on them, because you can clip it in and you're good to go. So another frustrating thing in the bush is mosquitoes and a couple of other little insects that might give you a bite. Even though it's not normally too much of a problem, it depends on where you are, but I always recommend a good insect repellent. And then what you do is any exposed skin, cover it with insect repellents, especially early in the morning, late in the afternoon and in the evenings. That's when mosquitoes are most active, and that's the time to stay protected. So, another essential thing to be wearing on safari, sunscreen. I normally recommend SPF 50 or higher, even though you can get away with SPF 30 if you've got slightly darker skin, but the sun in Africa is harsh, so make sure that you wear your sunscreen. If there's any advice that I can give you that you should really do, is get a good pair of binoculars. These binoculars make your safari experience so much better. Yes, sometimes the animals might be right next to the vehicle, but when you look through binoculars you get to see those nice small intricate details that you won't otherwise see, and also if an animal's miles away you get to see them quite nicely. I recommend, if you are looking at the magnification for binoculars, I highly recommend 10x42s, and I'm a big fan of the Vortex Diamondbacks 10x42s. But as with everything else, if you check the description down below, I've got links to pretty much everything so that you can see exactly what products I recommend. But yeah, binoculars are absolutely essential. Oh yeah, work with me baby, work with me. Yeah, so as you can see, I don't have a camera in my hand, but definitely take a camera with you. I don't have a camera in my hand because I'm busy filming with my camera, so that's making my life a little bit tricky. But when it does come to cameras, it all depends on what your experience is with photography. So those nice big SLR cameras with those big lenses take incredibly good photos, but you do need to know your way around a camera. And they are fantastic cameras to have if you've got that kind of expertise. If you're like most people and you don't really know a camera really well, then I highly recommend a bridge camera. These bridge cameras nowadays take superb photos, and the great thing is they're compact, they're lightweight, so you can travel with them, and they've still got that nice big zoom range that you can really get some really nice shots of animals far away. My camera that I'm using at the moment is a bridge camera. You'll see a link in the description below. Yeah, I highly recommend taking a camera with you so you can share your memories with your friends and and yeah, it's better than just taking photos with your phone. If you're taking photos with your phone on safari, you're probably not going to get the greatest photos. So I highly recommend investing in a camera. Yeah, so I've gone through a whole bunch of the various apparel that for when you're on safari. When you're in the local towns and cities, there's no need to wear your full-on safari kit. You can dress normally. Same when you're back at the lodge, relaxing. You don't necessarily have to be wearing your full safari kit. If anything, you might just get one or two funny looks. But yes, when we're out in the bush, we're in those animals' environments, and we'd like to blend in. Even with being on a game drive vehicle, it's also not overly essential. I've had people wearing bright pink from head to toe, and it didn't seem to affect the animals at all. So it's more specifically if you want to be out and walking in the bush, or just wanting to blend in with the bush and be part of nature. But thank you very much for watching the video, and be sure to subscribe. Hey guys, thanks very much for watching my video. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. If you want to support the channel, feel to check out the link to Patreon in the description. If you haven't yet, subscribe. Should be up here. And I should be surrounded by some awesome videos to watch. Be sure to check them out. And thank you very much for watching.